Beautiful people, what is going on? Beautiful people. Listen, we are here to discuss the UFC 309 main card, okay? Let's get right into it. We all know Stipe was defeated by Jones. Third round, spinning back kick. What it looked like to the ribs, it sounded like a baseball bat. If you guys ever listen to that back, ooh, it sounds nasty. But nonetheless here, there was a lot of questions going into this fight. There was a lot of unanswered questions for both men, right? The first outing for Jones at heavyweight, we saw what, 2 minutes? Let's see if we can pull this up here. Let's see if we can pull this up. Because it should say, I'm using Tapology. Let's see what we got. 2 minutes and 4 seconds. That's not really enough time to collect a good sample size of what Jones looks like at heavyweight, right? He came in overweight. For him, it looked like he was taking, 3 years to bulk up to look like every other 36, 37-year-old at the time. But nonetheless, he went out there and even had DC, who was a former two-time, respect to DC, former two-division champion, rather. And Rogan, they were confused. They didn't see, I guess, from the angle what he tapped to. Nonetheless, he defeated Cyril Gane there, rather. Which was March 4th, 2023. So, not a lot of time, right? Stipe, he fought last. Ooh, let's see. Stipe, the last time he fought was... Whoa, let's go back here. The last time Stipe fought, March 27th, 2021. So we had a lot of unanswered questions. What is going to happen? Stipe's been off for so long, and the last time he had a win was in 2020 against Daniel Cormier. What is he going to look like? Stipe's coming in, ring rust. He's coming in at 42 years old. You heard a lot of hype from, the media all week and leading up to it, countdown. Stipe's looking big. DC. I didn't fight this Stipe. This is the version of Stipe I didn't fight. So, Jones went out there and made it look easy. Easy. You guys, you tell me in the comment section, what do you want to see next? What I want to see next is not Jones versus Poatan. That's not what I want to see next. Stipe, he had an amazing career. Jones went out there and retired him. I do not totally believe it was just because of old age. DC was still moving around at 41 in there with Stipe. Looking phenomenal. I wish he used his wrestling more. He might have won that last fight that they had. Just coming off of back surgery, and he was still a problem in the heavyweight division. Nonetheless, and also people forget Jones has so many different techniques, so many different weapons that conventional fighters are not used to seeing. He's got that teep kick. He also has the spinning elbows, knees. He had Stipe out there taking pictures, frozen in time. He didn't know what to do. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. I want to see him against Aspinall. The time of waiting is fucking over, okay? It needs to happen. I don't want to see him against Poatan because he's going to go out there, at least not right now, because he's going to go out there and he's going to out-wrestle him. He's going to stand on the feet and trade for a little bit. He's going to work his hands until he gets to the range that's desired to hit that double leg, to hit the sweep, to hit the trips, So I don't really want to see that fight. I want to see him out there with a young gun, Tom Aspinall, who has everybody behind him right now. The hype train is real with Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is most definitely the future of the heavyweight division. There's no question about that. And if someone tells you different, they're lying, right? I feel like Tom is so fast. He has a blitz within the first couple of rounds there. We haven't seen him in a third round. You know, we haven't seen him in championship rounds. No one makes it. No one makes it out of there, right? This is why the fight is so intriguing. That's why the fans are going berserk. That's why they want to see this fight. Will Jones' fight IQ, will that serve him well against Tom Aspinall? I believe it will. There's still a lot of unanswered questions with Tommy. There is. Can he hold up that footwork, that power into the later rounds? Will his cardio start to drop and wane? Will his hand speed start to diminish as he starts to get tired along these rounds? I don't believe Jones is going to be there to hit. He looked slow out there tonight, let's be honest. This past weekend. But still, he was coming off of a layoff, and he looked kind of goofy standing up. He looked slower, like I mentioned before, but still technically there for sure. There's no question about that. But what can he do against Tom? Tom is going to come out there guns a-blazing. He's not going to be afraid to bring the fight to Jones. He's not going to be afraid to stand there and bum rush Jones. So, I don't know. Let's see. I believe that the distance management will be key to Jones against his Aspinall fight. I believe it's going to happen all week. I feel like it was a great PR stunt by Jones. And even Aspinall, they're both doing the best they can to sell this fight. Jones acting as if he's afraid or ducking or doesn't want to fight him just to build the fight up. That's what I believe. Is he afraid of Tom? I'm not necessarily, but you would also be lying. All the fighters can tell you they are afraid to step in the octagon. It doesn't matter with who. There's always that doubt and fear, and there should be. It's healthy to have that. You shouldn't go in there ultra confident, because when that happens, it's going to be a short night. It's going to be a short night for you, because you need to be switched on. You need to be concerned about what your opponent has. You need to respect everybody that walks in the cage with you. So let's move on. I hope that they make that fight. I really do. Jones wants a big payday. I think they're going to give it to him. But let's see what we have here, right? The co-main event, insane. Michael Chandler is a fantastic showman. Going out there, he puts it all on the line in that last round, nearly has Charles out of there. Charles just showed his championship mentality. He stuck it out, and apparently he had a knee injury going into the fight. He tore some ligaments in his knee leading up to the fight. He said he didn't want to announce anything because he was afraid that if he were to lose the fight, it will be an excuse, and he doesn't like making excuses for himself or his team. Excuse me. So I respect that. I respect the hell out of him. I actually think this is good for Chandler. I think this sets up a more convincing fight against Conor. I really do. Will Conor come back and fight him? Will Chandler have to sit out for another year? I want Chandler to stay active. I do want to see him against Conor. But let's be honest. I think he smokes Conor. He went in there prepared. There's definitely some ring rust. You saw it out there. It took him a little bit to get his hands. And even still, in the later rounds, he was asking his coach in between the rounds, hey, what combination should I throw? He was having a hard time getting to him. He was having a hard time getting the timing down. But boy, those slams at the end, are you... Chandler brings it, man. He leaves it all out there. He really does. What an entertaining fight. And for Charles moving forward, another championship fight coming his way. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, and I'm here to see it. What will he do against? I really think it's going to be a great fight. Armin and Islam coming up. I need to double check. I'm not sure if that fight is booked. Let's see. Because this is going to be a rematch. So, and that first fight was amazing. The scrambles. The rematch between Islam is reportedly scheduled for 2025, so nothing quite yet. Unless they have breaking news here. Let's see. It's in the works. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, so it's in the works. This is 12 weeks ago. UFC 310, December 7th. I haven't heard anything about that. I haven't heard any major updates. I haven't heard anything really. You guys comment below. Please let me know. I'm going to do some more research on that after I get done with this video here. But nonetheless, Charles is going to be fighting the winner of that fight. I really believe that's going to be booked here soon. And man, that's going to be an amazing fight. That's going to be an amazing fight. Volk is in the mix here. Volk is planning on moving up to 155 and taking on somebody up there in that weight class. I don't think they have anything booked at this point in time, but that's going to be amazing as well. But nonetheless, amazing co-main event. Amazing co-main event, man. What else could you say? When Chandler fights, he goes out there to destroy. And Charles is just technical savvy, powerful. That jiu-jitsu is off the charts. Amazing. Okay, let's move on here. Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel was out there, and the commentary team was talking about Paul Craig as if he was the Terminator at 205. Paul Craig, he's an amazing jiu-jitsu artist. The dude looked huge out there too. Oh my gosh. I really wish that he pushed the pace there a little bit more and actually went out there to hurt Bo Nickel instead of just reactionary and looking at Bo and waiting. He was waiting way too much for me. And when he did push and pressure him, it was nothing consequential. There was nothing that he was throwing at Bo that really gave him cause for concern. I liked the kicks that he was throwing. It was really hitting Bo's arms. I wanted to see him mix it up a little bit more, continue with those leg kicks, go to the body, really cause damage. But Paul Craig, he's not really a striker. That's the longest I've really seen him stand without pulling guard. Without pulling guard out there. But people need to realize the crowd was booing, overrated, right? Bo Nickel he didn't have an amateur career in MMA. Decorated can get in collegiate wrestling. Amazing stats, amazing collegiate wrestler. This was his 7th professional MMA fight. So he still has tons of work to do. Yes, he does. He has tons of work to do. There's no doubting that. But let's see what he does next. I don't know what's going to happen next with Paul Craig. I'm not sure who they're going to pair him up with. But man, he's been in a lot of great fights. He's been in there with a lot of experienced warriors, champions, and has upset it, a lot of them. Goliath, like, what can you say? Okay, moving down to Silva and Araujo. Such a cool name. Man, that was a crazy fight. I was really hoping that Silva would start to push the pace a little bit more there towards the end. She started laying on the canvas. Like, you have to... They were really hoping that Silva would be, win this fight and be the next person that they can kind of push up to the flyweight belt. but I don't know, man. She does not have that cardio. She didn't have enough there. She didn't have enough there. So, let's see. How old are these ladies here? Give me 1 second. Boom. Yeah. I figured as much. Man, I really wanted to see Silva do some more out there. But hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? Beggars cannot be choosers. Look, guys, I'm short on time, and I wanted to make this video pretty quickly here. I wanted to keep it under 20 minutes. Let me do this. Let's look at one more fight here. Let's look at a couple more fights here, man. This card, I thought was pretty good. The preliminary. Let's go to the prelims, right? Not early prelims, but the prelims. Marcus McGee and Jonathan Martinez. Jonathan Martinez again starts to lay back just a little bit too much. Let me lay back here. He was waiting way too much, just similar to the Aldo fight. He is such a talented guy, such a talented fighter. And Marcus McGee looked like a freaking welterweight out there. The dude looks huge. And he's fighting in the bantamweight division. Huge guy. He started to really, Martinez that is, started to really lay into those leg kicks too late. Too late. He was really hurting him, McGee. And then, for whatever reason, the fight IQ of these guys. I'm so amped up, I'm spitting all over my freaking computer. The fight IQ for these guys. Martinez starts hurting him with leg kicks. Let me grapple you. Come here. Let me hold you. I got something. Keep with the striking. Keep kicking those legs. McGee did a great job, man. He was landing combinations. He was keeping Martinez at bay with strong jabs. And he had some leg kicks of his own, but towards the end of the fight there, man, he really started to eat up those legs. Again, amazing performance by McGee. McGee has only been training for, 3.5, 4 years, fully committed to MMA. This guy has a career ahead of him. Jim Miller with another finish. This guy does not go away. Jump to Gilly, baby. Jump to Gilly. He jumped to Gilly. He got it tight. Oof, out of there. Good night, Irene. Excuse me. He said he wants to fight up to, he wants to get 45, I think he said, something like that, and then he's going to retire. Amazing, amazing fight. And, you know, Damon Jackson, he retired, veteran as well. He retired that night. And shout out to Stipe. Stipe retired too. He did, you know, some people would say that he retired before the fight started. Not me. I didn't say that. Okay, what else have we got here? Onama and Romero. What a fight. They both dropped each other first, second round. And a short notice fight for Romario, excuse me. Hopefully I'm saying that name correctly. But Onama, he started to piece it together there towards the end. And he really started to show why he belongs in the upper echelon of the lightweight division. He's really pushing himself into that next level here. Excuse me. And man, this kid Roberto, man, he's got a future for himself. He went out there, amazing showing. Onama, he hit so hard, man. He hit so hard, and the cardio was there the whole fight. So I want to see what's next for him. And Tabora. You know, I was listening to Morning Combat. Luke Thomas was saying, Stipe doesn't beat any of the top 15. What? Come on. He said Taboria, he would have beat Stipe. Did you see his fight tonight? He would have beat Stipe. You know, I love the Morning Combat show. I respect Luke Thomas. Not his political views, but I respect his knowledge in MMA. And I think that was a horrible take, man. Horrible take. We didn't get to see Chris Weidman out there. Unfortunately, Nikita Krylov, again, that fight gets canceled. A lot of his fights have gotten canceled here lately, man. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Early prelims. Let's see. Where is the fight at? Anthony Smith, Dominique Reyes. I was looking forward to seeing that fight. That fight got canceled as well. Mickey Gall. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I think the UFC is going to cut him. He's 7-7. He's on like a 4-fight losing streak. It's not looking good for him. Brahomia. I'm horrible with names. I would be a horrible UFC commentator because I cannot pronounce shit correct. But mad respect. He went out there. He did what he was supposed to do. KO, first round. He made it look easy. Nasty right hand combination. Man, amazing, amazing, amazing fight. Veronica Hardy, I was expecting more out of her. She just couldn't get anything going. Tom Hardy was upset in that corner. Tom Hardy was pissed. I don't blame him. Let's go. Was this? There was one more. Roofy. Ooh. And Yontop. Yontop looked heavy out there, boy. It was a catch weight of 165 pounds. He still missed that. They're both lightweights, but Yontop looked huge out. He looked like he was 175. I feel like that's why he was able to take a lot of that punishment. The kid has an Uzi tattooed on his face. If you have an Uzi tattooed on your face, you a bad man. That's all I'm saying. You're a bad man. You got Uzi tattooed on your face, you a bad man. And he proved that. But that no look left hook or uppercut, it was nasty. Man, this Roofy kid, he has a bright future. And let's slow down with the comparisons to Conor McGregor. Can we, commentary team? Can we slow down with that? Can we slow down with that? Because what are we talking about? I didn't like that take. The kid is amazing. He has his own style. Let Roofy be Roofy. Stop comparing him to Conor. Stop comparing everybody to Conor. Please. Anyways, guys, I made this video too long. Ended up going through a lot of these fights that stood out to me. Hopefully, you guys have an amazing week. And I'll be breaking down the next card upcoming here pretty soon. So, I love you guys. Thank you. Good night. Until next one. Peace.